Brought to you by Penguin.
Fingers in the Sparkle Jar. Written and read by Chris Packham. Chapter 1. Brand New Savage. The Collector, July 1966. I'm sorry, I haven't got change of a ladybird. The ice cream man had opened the matchbox expecting a sixpence, but instead found a 6-spotted beetle that was now scuttling manically over his counter, defiantly refusing re-internment in its crisp little cell, despite repeated repositioning. He gently pressed his cupped palm down on the fugitive, and as it squeezed free of his fingers, managed to flick it back into the box. Green juice specked his nail. He tutted, wiped it on his trousers, and stretched over to hand the doomed specimen back to the beetle keeper, just as a girl he knew as Anna simultaneously thrust a thick wodge of bubblegum cards at the little mush and demanded, "Why don't you let it go?" The boy ignored her, shook the box next to his ear, fanned through his worn wad of Batman and Tarzan cards, and then wrestled them into the bulging pocket of his shorts. "You wouldn't like it in there," she snapped, before she looked up to Mr. Whippy and said, "He's had it in there for days, and he never lets them go until they die. I'd like a sky ray." Yellow chin lights speckled her freckles, radiating from 3 daisy chains, her morning's work. Ghostly grey eyes and pig-pink cheeks cuddling close to the grubbiest teddy bear. She had sun-blown, blonde, play-curled hair that flopped in tattered curtains over her milky brow and tickled those tickly arcs of soft skin beneath her eyes. The boy was skewy-fringed and silent, gazing at the pavement in mandatory scuffed sandals, and both wore too tight, overwashed T-shirts, hers with a smiling fox's face, his with fresh pearls of air-fixed cement constellating its front. "Please, I'd like a sky ray, please," she repeated, to be sure her manners would be recognised. The suns flaring from the side of the van lit up the scruffy waifs like camera flash, and they squinted hard at the pictures of lollies in awe of strawberry splices and orange sparkles. Her fist unfurled into a cup of sweaty pennies that would smell of bitter money until bedtime, and when she came to lick the melted lemon as it dribbled down the stick, that metallic taint would bite back and make her wince and spit, and her big sister would scoff and giggle. The bloke picked out 6 coins and handed her a sky ray, which she unwrapped fiercely, leaving strips of paper glued to its frosted sides. She sucked at its cherry-red tip, and after a pleasurable pause poked the boy, who flinched and magically produced a threepenny bit for his threepenny ice lolly. As they left, a gang of panting nippers with rattling trolleys charged up. These dad-made pavement racers rolled on rusty wheels, scavenged from dumped prams and pushchairs, and were clad in garish strips of threadbare carpets, and daubed with the sticky dregs of their parents' house paint pots. They steered them roughly with their rope loops into the wall, and all at once told him there'd been a massive crash in the woods over by the council flats yesterday, and that Axel had broken his arm and had been taken to the General by his mum, on the bus. He was their hero, king of the juniors. They brandished their scabs, which they squeezed to get fresh blood, and without a shilling between them stormed off to kick a ball against a wall until tea time and crackerjack. With the kids gone, the ice cream man had a quick fag and picked himself out a whopper. When he slid the freezer shut, he saw the ladybird boy standing staring at him from the lawn beyond the wall. From each hand dangled a shiny jam jar, and it was painfully obvious that he'd returned with these trophies because he wanted to share them. The man checked his watch, then flicked his head to beckon him over. The boy snaked across the grass to the gate, put both jars down, clicked the latch, moved them outside, setting each gently on the tarmac before dragging the hingeless, flaking panel shut behind him. Then he carefully laid out the string handles and picked up the pots synchronously and slowly so they didn't swing. These were sacred things. The man leaned across the counter and out of the window, and the boy offered him one.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?